There's a story told by travelers about an exit off a highway in Nevada. An exit that only appears for some, disappears just as quickly. But hold on, this is modern folklore, a tale passed along by road trippers and mystery lovers. Today I'm going to tell you the most famous version of this story. Would you take that exit? This legend has been circulating since the early 2000s on forums, blogs, and among fans of highway mysteries. According to the tale, some travelers claim they saw a sign for Black Ridge Road 47B while driving through the Nevada desert, but officially this exit doesn't exist. What makes it even more curious and funny is that in various retellings, people are certain they saw the sign. It's like when you clearly remember a dream, even though you know it didn't happen. And from there, the myth grows, a phantom exit that only shows up to the distracted, the tired, or the imaginative. In different versions of the story, about 60 people are said to have entered this exit. Of course, there's no concrete proof. It's all shared, retold, and adapted, just like any good urban legend. The common elements in these stories are fascinating. First, the GPS marks a turn that shouldn't be there, a digital ghost leading the way. Then, the radio starts crackling with strange static noises, cutting off any connection to the outside world. As drivers continue, the road itself begins to change, gradually narrowing as if the desert is closing in. Finally, they pass a burned-out billboard with a chilling message scrawled across it. You shouldn't be here, really. This is just typical of great road stories details that let the imagination run wild. And that's what keeps this legend going, because it invites mystery, not certainty. The most famous version of this myth revolves around a truck driver named Henry Case. According to the tale, he was filming his journey on a dashcam without realizing he had taken the fabled exit for 7B, the video, which changes depending on who retells it, usually starts with a normal highway scene. Then, a non-existent right turn appears, and Henry takes it. The footage shows a ramp with cracked pavement, flanked by desolate desert shrubs. And then, the video cuts out. When the footage supposedly resumes, Henry is suddenly driving down a dirt road that leads absolutely nowhere. It's a suspenseful narrative, almost like a short horror film. The charm of the story is that it feels like found footage, even though it's entirely fictional. It plays on our fear of the unknown and the idea that a simple wrong turn could lead us somewhere we were never meant to be. But before I tell you how this story ends, there's another part of the legend that always leaves people wondering. It adds another layer to this mystery, making it even more compelling. Another recurring element of the story is about an officer named Angela Myers, who supposedly tried to find the exit. She drove up and down the same stretch of highway, searching for any sign of Black Ridge Road or exit 47B. She never found anything, which makes sense, because the exit never officially existed. But the interesting part of the tale comes from her dashcam footage. In the video, for just a few seconds, the sign 447B supposedly appears, a ghostly image that wasn't visible to her naked eye. It's a classic paranormal trope, like seeing something on camera that the human eye can't catch. This detail just reinforces the mythical and mysterious nature of the story, making it feel like something that exists just beyond the edge of our perception. It suggests that even if we can't see it, it might still be there, waiting. So what happened to Henry, the truck driver who vanished down the Phantom Road? In the most popular version of the legend, he reaches the end of the dirt path, where he's confronted by a massive concrete wall. On the wall, graffiti is spray-painted with a final warning: turn back before you forget. What happens next is a classic element of supernatural stories. He then wakes up miles away from that location, with his truck parked safely on the side of the main highway. He has no memory of what happened, how he got there, or the time he lost. This ending is typical of fictional thrillers, where memory fails and time behaves oddly, leaving the protagonist and the listener with more questions than answers. It's a perfect, unsettling conclusion to a story about a road that leads nowhere. To cap off the myth, some versions add one final, tantalizing twist. They say that if you go on Google Earth and scan the area of the Nevada desert where the exit is rumored to be, you can find a mysterious circular shape on the ground. It's a faint, perfectly round impression in the sand, almost as if something huge beneath the ground shifts its position over time. Of course, there's no real evidence of this, but it's part of the fun, the pleasure of imagining a strange, impossible place that exists only in the intersection of road, night, and fatigue. It's a reminder that sometimes the best stories are the ones that can't be proven. And that's the story, or the legend of Exit 47B. It's a modern road tale, created from scattered reports, a collective imagination, and a shared love for mysteries that live in the shadows of our world. It's a testament to how a good story can take on a life of its own, pass from one person to another until it feels almost real. Now tell me, if this were just a story, would you take the exit that your GPS insists is there, even though it doesn't really exist? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe for more mysteries.